Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to do another Get Techie with me. So if you guys don't know, I started this series in my last video. Well, not my last video, not my most recent video, but the one before that, where I put on makeup and kind of do like a get ready with me, but I talk about tech topics. So today, as you guys can see from this title, that this Get Techie with me is going to be about jobs in computer science. I am going to be talking about 5 jobs that I have seen at my fintech company. I think this is also applicable for, you know, purely tech companies, maybe, you know, even like fashion tech companies. You know, there's a lot of places where tech can be, you know, incorporated into, but these are 5 roles that you might not necessarily be coding in, but yeah, I just wanted to talk about them and tell you what they're about and, you know, just give you some insight. But before I start, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already and like this video if you liked it. And let's get into this video. So today, guys, I'm gonna be showing you my like go to work look if I wear makeup to work, because I don't wear makeup to work every day, but when I do wear makeup, this is what I usually, you know, put on. I just got this NARS Radiance primer the other day, so I'm very excited to actually put it on my face. So the first role I'm going to talk about is the one that most people know about, is a software developer. So that's what I do. I am a software developer on the daily, 9 to 5. But basically I write code, I test my code before it gets put to other people or just people on my team to look at and review. But I test my own code, I write the code, I might collaborate with other people on the code. But yeah, this doesn't have to be obviously in one language. I started off with JavaScript. I am going to be coding more in Java now, so just moved on to a different project. And yeah, you kind of just move on to different things that, you know, you are maybe interested in but also assigned to. So software developing obviously has to come with knowing some code or learning some code on the job, like learning some type of language on the job. But yeah, it's really fun. You learn a lot, definitely. I've learned a lot from my, I guess, senior developers that, you know, have had so much experience. So yeah, I don't want to think it's just coding all day, because I definitely do not code all day every day. I am in meetings, I'm in daily scrum calls, which is basically like a stand-up. So I definitely have times where I'm collaborating and asking questions, so it's not like I'm at the computer all day every day. So the next person I'm going to talk about is a QA person. So QA, or quality assurance, is basically the name, but making sure that the code that was written works as expected, making sure it's quality. So this person, well, I've met people at my internships and at my job now that are QA people, and they actually, you know, most of them are from technical backgrounds, but some I've met are actually not fully technical. I guess I've learned that there's kind of like 2 different types of QA people. There's one that can write scripts, like automation scripts, and that's kind of, you know, writing code to test, to make sure that the code that was written by the developer actually works. But then there's one that kind of just tests it like manually. I couldn't think of the word. It's kind of like testing it how the user would use it. So a QA person has to know how the product was built, in a sense, and also needs to know kind of from the business side, like what the client expects the thing to do, or what the feature should intend to, you know, solve. They're basically the testers. They don't write any of the code. If something's wrong, they give it back to the developers and say, oh, we need to fix this, or this didn't work as planned. So yeah, I'm using this Pulp Fiction palette from Urban Decay. I don't know if it's still out. I feel like I've had this palette for so long, but it's so simple. And I use one of the lighter colors to go on my lid because I wear glasses to work. So I kind of, when I want my eyeshadow to show through, I use the lighter color. That's my trick, at least, to make my eyes pop. When I wear to work, in the sense of like face makeup, I do wear foundation, but it's powder foundation. So this foundation is from L'Oreal Paris, a True Match Super Blendable Powder. It's in N8, which is cappuccino. So this is the powder that I use. It's buildable, so I could, you know, go in the day. I actually have one of these at work, so I could go to the bathroom and just put some more on if I need to. But yeah, it's really lightweight and I love it, and it's really cheap. I think it was like $8, which is amazing. I do use some liquid makeup. I use my Makeup Revolution Conceal and Divine Concealer in the shade C13, basically to just go over what I don't want to see underneath my powder foundations. The next job is, I guess, an IT engineer, information technology engineer, I guess I would call it. Yeah. So basically what the IT person does is make sure that the systems that are running, you know, run well on all the machines, the computers and everything. So the IT people can either just be like internal, so within the company, and making sure, you know, the things that are like all the environments that people are developing on, all the computers and how the proxies are set up and how certain things like security wise and everything like that is set up well and working on everyone's computer. And then there's people, IT people for clients. So when clients are using some of the products that the developers, you know, developed, they have to make sure that it works. So they kind of like, you know, troubleshooting type things. They have to kind of know how the product works, even though they might not have developed it. They have to know, you know, what it does, maybe where the client might get tripped up with. Of course, you have managers. So there are software engineering managers, there are IT managers. So these are people that manage a team of developers or IT people to just, you know, get the job done. They gotta know what are the next steps, what does the business want, what are the next projects that the developers will be working on. So they're kind of in charge of that and like delegating the tasks to other people. Usually the managers do have some background in tech. You know, they've either coded back in the day or they, you know, were around tech in some sort or another. Like they didn't just come into this job managing a group of engineers without knowing some type of code, you know, so they had to have some type of, you know, knowing what they're talking about. I don't always wear blush to work, but when I do, it's this NYX High Definition Blush Single in the color Deep Plum. So I just kind of do like a little bit. Like I have this big brush and I just do a little bit because I'm not a blush person, but sometimes I like that, just a little bit of color, just a tad. So the last job I'm gonna be talking about is PM, which is project management. This job is basically a middleman in between the technical people and the business people. So you have to have some type of technical background because you have to know what the developers are talking about and what the team is talking about. But you also have to have some people skills and maybe some type of business background. You don't have to, I feel like, because I feel like a lot of the PMs I've met have more of a technical background. But then there's some that have more of a business background. So it always depends. But they do have to understand both sides. They have to know what the business wants, and then they have to go back to the developers and talk to the developers and, you know, basically see if the developers can execute what the business wants. And then if they have a problem in the developer side, the project manager has to be able to relay that to the business side. So they have to know both sides to, you know, effectively do their job. And I think it's a cool way to merge the two sides because you kind of get exposure to both and knowing actually what, you know, what is being developed is actually, you know, helping people in the business. So I think that's really cool, being able to have that two-sided part of your job. I'm gonna finish my look with a little bit of highlighter. I usually don't really wear highlighter to work, and if I do, it's very light. So I'm using this ColourPop one. This is called Lunch Money. It's a very light gold, So I'm just gonna put a little bit on my cheekbone here. And then for my lips, I'm gonna go in with my NYX lip liner in the shade Espresso. This is my favorite one. Then I'm gonna go in with my Fenty Gloss Bomb in Fenty Glow, the original one, of course. And there you have it. That is basically my go-to work look. This usually takes me 20-ish to 30 minutes because I'm usually listening to music. I prolong it, but I could honestly probably do this look much quicker. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if I left anything out. Let me know if there's a job that you have that I didn't mention. So yeah, talk to me in the comments. Let me know if there's any questions that you have, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!